What is going on, everyone, and welcome back to my channel for another Hot Toys figure preview video. Today, guys, we're going to be taking a look at the newly released Captain America from the movie The Winter Soldier. This is a 2.0. There was already a 1.0 release years and years ago, so this is by far an upgrade compared to that previous figure, and we'll touch more on that a little bit later on. I will talk about the head sculpt and the whole figure on its own. I've heard a lot of opinions already about this head sculpt, and this figure was just released last night. This is definitely a shocking release to me. I'm not one to keep up with Hot Toys' news and what could they have coming up next. To me, I just wait until they release the figure, and then once they release it, then I'll talk about it, preview it. So that's what we're doing right now. The guy is already pretty much listed on Sideshow's website up for pre-order if you guys want to go ahead and grab him. So I will include the link to Sideshow Collectibles as always, so that way you guys can set it up for pre-order. He is expected around October 2025 until March of 2026. Most likely he'll be released until 2026, just going based on previous experiences from Hot Toys. And then the pricing is at $280. I think it's a fair price. The guy does not come with a lot of accessories, but knowing that this is Captain America and all the different head sculpts, or I guess head pieces that it's going to come with, I think I'm fine with the pricing. I really don't have any issues with it. So let's go ahead and take a look at the images of this figure. So very excited about this figure, very thrilled. This would be my second ever Captain America. The first one would be the one from Avengers Endgame with his regular suit. So obviously when I talk about this new figure, I will be making comparisons to that one from Endgame. I really can make comparisons with the 1.0 for this specific figure because I don't have it. So the last thing that I want to do is just go based on images and give out like a straight up opinion. I feel like that would be unfair, and I could be very my opinion would not be, I guess, that objective, if I can say it that way. Now right here there is an image comparing the two figures, so I guess I can go based on that, but we'll touch more on that a little bit later on. So get into the figure. The guy looks great. I really don't have any issues with the figure on its own up to the neck area. We'll touch based on that head sculpt a little bit later on. The body proportions look great. The suit, the material, the boots, the display base, pretty much the shield, everything looks absolutely amazing about him. I really don't have any issues with him, and honestly I didn't think we were gonna have any issues. Looking for example at the previous figure that I had for Endgame, the suit was great and also the body proportions, so I didn't really see a downgrade that they could have done with this figure. So to me, he looks great. Again, the whole figure, the material on the suit, everything, he looks absolutely amazing, and also the body proportions. The guy looks tall and very muscular, so very happy about that. Really quick, wanted to go over that display base. So I'll look at this image. This one is the closest to it, so it's pretty much just a square with the shield logo along with the shield flooring from Shield Base whenever he's fighting all of those Hydra agents. Obviously he's trying to run away, so I do remember this flooring, and again I love the fact that it includes the shield logo. The nameplate looks absolutely amazing as well. I think they could have saved their stealth, the stealth strike suit. They could have left that part off and just put Captain America, in my personal opinion, but that's not really something that I can complain about, just something that I think would have been better for him. And also I don't show anywhere where we can attach a crotch grabber or a crotch holder or whatever the case might be. So I think this guy's just gonna stand on its own, and honestly I don't have any issues with that. At the end of the day, the guy is gonna have great body proportions, so I think it's gonna be very easy to have him stand. So for this specific figure, I'm totally fine with them not including anything to hold him to. I don't think it's gonna be needed, so to me that's great. I think it's gonna be even better when it comes to posing. So the figure on its own, to me, looks great. As I mentioned before, he is going to come with a blue silver colored shield. This is a first for me, so if you guys can elaborate on that, I hope you guys can help me. I really don't know why the coloring of the shield is this. Obviously the regular shield would be red, blue, and silver, so the fact that they go with these colors, I want to make it clear they look great on him, because obviously he doesn't really have any red with this suit, so I think that the shield matches well with the actual figure. But I really wouldn't know why the colors are that way. So if you guys don't mind just helping me out on that one. The last thing that I wanted to do, is just give out a random opinion that wouldn't make any type of sense. So again, as I mentioned before, the figure looks great, so I did want to go ahead and touch base on those head sculpts. So I want to touch base on this one first. So we get his helmeted look, and for the first time we get a Captain America with rotating eyeballs, so that is great. I would say that, but for all the face plates and the Chris Evans head sculpt, all the skin texture looks great. The fact that we're getting rotating eyeballs is great as well. To me, this lower face plate is almost perfect. I can see Chris Evans for sure with this angle, and again, the skin texture is fine, and also the expression, I have no complaints about it, so I'm fine with that one. The one that I'm not fine with is this one right here. Now this one to me needs a lot of work. I know what they're trying to go for. They're trying to go for him, you know, kind of in this fighting action type of pose / expression. But yeah, this one is definitely not it. He looks like he's smiling. I know he's got a lot of skin texture and the rotating eyeballs are great, but at the end of the day, the execution is not good at all. So to me, they definitely have to work on this one. The good thing, this is just a prototype, so the final result, I'm hoping, will be a little bit different, especially with this faceplate. As to me, this is the worst of all the 4 different looks that we're gonna have for the guy. So definitely needs a lot of work, this one. I really don't like it at all. Please let me know in the comments if you guys agree with me or not. As I mentioned before, this one is the one that we just took a look at, and to me, this is another angle to take a look at it, and it looks absolutely amazing. I love the facial expression, and as I mentioned before, it does look exactly like Chris Evans, so that is a good thing. Speaking of Chris Evans, I was hoping for a Chris Evans figure release, but not with Captain America. I was hoping for Human Torch, since he made an appearance in the Deadpool movie. I was hoping we were gonna get a figure for him. I don't think we will, but I'm fine to know that we're gonna get a new Captain America. Again, I only own one, so getting a second one will definitely be a thrill. So now to this head sculpt right here. So before I made this video, I did consult with other collector friends just to kind of get their opinions. I did take a look at the Hot Toys' website on Instagram. I took a look at the comments under the post just to kind of see what everybody else was saying about the head sculpt. I saw a lot of different opinions. I could tell everybody was excited to get the figure, but obviously a lot of different opinions with this head sculpt specifically. And I really want you guys to comment on the post, letting me know what you think about this specific head sculpt. To me, it is a good head sculpt, but it's not perfect, to say the least, and needs some work. Before this head sculpt, the last one that we had gotten was for the Avengers Endgame figure, obviously with less skin texture and obviously not rotating eyeballs. But to me, the execution, I think it's better than this one, and that's very unfortunate. I think the Endgame head sculpt looks more like Chris Evans than this one specifically, and again, that's a very sad thing to say, because the Endgame figure was released years ago. As well as that blue suit, the one from the first Avengers movie that he ends up wearing on Endgame again. We also got a figure for that one, but it was the same Chris Evans head sculpt. That one to me is a better head sculpt than this one. From this one, this is obviously a much bigger upgrade compared to the 1.0. I mean, as you guys can see from every single thing, it is an upgrade from the head sculpt, from the body proportions, the way that the suit looks, the materials, everything is much better about this one. So there's no question that this is an upgrade. But what I really wanted was an upgrade from the last head sculpt that we got for any Captain America figure, period. Again, it is the same actor, the same characters, and the same movies. So I really wanted to see an upgrade from that, and unfortunately we don't get that with this head sculpt. Again, it is a good head sculpt. I want to make sure I'm saying that the skin texture is on point, the rotating eyeballs are great, his hairpiece looks absolutely amazing as well. I can somewhat see Chris Evans, but I can't see him totally. I think to me what's off is, number one, the nose. I think the jawline is a little bit too wide as well, and his eyes look a little sunk in, I think. That's what I think I'm seeing off with this head sculpt. But please let me know in the comments if you guys agree or not, or what do you guys think is missing from this head sculpt, or if you guys think it's the perfect head sculpt. Hey, go for it. Let me know. I really want to hear you guys' opinions on it, because there's a lot of different thoughts on this head sculpt. Again, to me, from a scale of 1 to 10, I would go at around a 6 or 7. It has some work to do. Again, the good thing is this is just a prototype, so I'm really hoping that for the final result we get a much better head sculpt than this one. The final interchangeable lower face that we're gonna get is this serious look that, to me, I like it a lot as well. These two are great, almost perfect. This one is not. This one has a lot of work to do, as I mentioned before, so they really need to fix this lower face. But these two look good. I can see Chris Evans from almost every single angle. The skin texture, as I mentioned before, is there, and the fact that we're going to get rotating eyeballs is going to give us a lot of nice poses whenever we do get the figure, even though it's going to be in about a year or two. So again, I talked about the 1.0 against the 2.0. I unfortunately don't have the 1.0, so I really couldn't speak on it too much, but I think it's very obvious that it is a much better upgrade compared to the 1.0, just from every single thing, you know, from body proportions to the suit, the materials, the coloring, the face sculpt, everything. No question about it. It is a much better upgrade. As I mentioned before, we get two different head sculpts with separate rolling eyeballs, and again, see, looking at this Chris Evans head sculpt from this angle, it looks even more like Chris Evans compared to this one. As I mentioned before, it's a good head sculpt. Again, from 1 to 10, I would go to a 6, but there are just certain things that they can work on to make it even better. The lower faces look good as well, so no issues with that at all. Just with these two, that third one, we definitely talked about it, not good at all. And then the newly developed shield, we talked about this, the blue silver coloring. Again, let me know, guys, why is it this color and not the regular red, blue, and white? If you guys don't mind helping me on that one. We talked about the display base with the shield logo and the shield flooring from their base. So pretty much that's everything that the figure comes with. Unfortunately, we don't get a lot of things, which I'm totally fine with. This guy is not someone to have a lot of accessories slash weapons. His only weapon is his shield, so I'm totally fine with that. But the good thing is that we get a lot of different options for his look. So either the Chris Evans head sculpt slash Steve Rogers, or his helmet with different lower faces, which I'm really hoping they change this one here at the top. We do also get his broken helmet, or I'm not sure if it's just a regular helmet, but with the detached lower part. We get a lot of hand pieces, which I'm really shocked with, but I guess the reason they did it is because of the lack of accessories. Obviously, with the endgame figure, we got Thor's hammer along with the broken shield, so we got more options with that guy. We don't get that option with this one, so I think that's the reason we got all these hand pieces. But we get the display base, and again, the figure itself looks great. I really like it a lot. I can't wait to get him. Very thrilled to get him, and very happy to know that they released another Captain America. It had been a long time since we had gotten one previously, and the fact that they made a choice to release another one for a change. I feel like we always get a new Iron Man, so the fact that we're getting this guy instead is a good thing to know. So please let me know in the comments what you guys think about the figure specifically, and if you guys are going to be pre-ordering it, I will make sure to include the link to Sideshow, so that way you guys can set it up for pre-order. Very excited to go ahead and get this figure, and as always, want to thank you for supporting the channel. Want to remind you to like this video, comment, subscribe, and join to support the channel and for more Hot Toys figure preview videos. I want to thank you again, as I mentioned before, for all the support that you guys provide, and please let me know in the comments what you guys think about this Captain America new figure from Hot Toys. So this will be it for this new Captain American figure preview from Hot Toys for the movie Captain America Winter Soldier. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you next time.